How to practice Agile Marketing. This is for you, the technology entrepreneur who is likely to be running Agile Project Management for developing your products. You are using Scrum or maybe Kanban for your product development. Now, as an entrepreneur, you're also in charge of gaining business traction, right? Not just developing the product. How do you manage traction? Are your marketing efforts as organized as your product development? Today, we are taking a look at the movement that is very close to my heart, which is Agile Project Management applied to marketing. Stay alert because you will get 3 actionable tips in the end. Alright, my name is Alan. I am from northstories.io. We do this every week. And stay tuned if you want more tips like this one. Let us dive right into these 3 popular stories about Agile marketing. Alright, Whiteboard Friday from Moz.com. The 6 values and 4 benefits of Agile marketing. I love Moz, don't you? Cheers to Jim Ewell for this Whiteboard Friday session. We love the Agile Manifesto, so let's do a quick refresh and also look at it from the perspective of marketing. We're going to start with the principles of Agile before diving into how exactly to apply it in our day-to-day marketing activities. Okay, 6 values of Agile marketing. Number 1, you want to focus on responding to change instead of being so rigid with plans. Number 2, rapid iterations over big bang campaigns. 3, testing and data over opinions and conventions. 4, many small experiments over few big bets. 5, individuals and interactions over default one-size-fits-all. And finally, number 6, collaboration over hierarchy and silos. Moving on, let us talk about the 4 benefits of Agile marketing. Number 1, it allows you to get more done. 2, it allows you to get the right things done, right? Because of the cycles. 4, it allows you to adapt to change, them being small cycles of work. And finally, it improves your communication. Your 5-minute tip to take this into something more actionable is to audit your current marketing projects with the 6 values. For you to enjoy the said benefits, you want to visit this checklist and see if your most recent marketing efforts are supporting these principles. Ask yourself questions with this checklist. Questions like, can you say that your team has been great at responding to change versus being rigid with long-term plans, like maybe business plans or like 6-month marketing plans? Have you prioritized fast iterations versus big and expensive grand marketing campaigns? By going through the 6 values, you can tweak your process to become more agile. Alright, story number 2. Love this story. How agile content marketing can save us from content flood. This resonated to me very strongly as a content creator and even more strongly as a consumer. There was a time when it was special to receive an email. There was a time when it was exciting to see the latest status update from your friends, your few friends who you are following on Twitter, Facebook, or wherever else. These days, my news feeds are super noisy, not just from my own network, but from brands as well. Thank you so much to Andrea Frier at Brand Quarterly. She suggests that we should optimize for outcome, not output. Outcomes instead of output. What does this mean? If a marketing team is too focused on publishing tons of content, that's exactly what you get. If you're measured based on output, like have you published something today, then that is what you're going to optimize for. Well, at first, you need to build the discipline of publishing regularly. I get that, and that's the only way to really be consistent in the game. If you're not gonna show up every single week, you might as well not focus on content marketing. At some point, you should switch your focus more towards the impact of each published item. Instead of merely publishing an article a week, you should be more concerned about the business impact of each piece of work. Your 5-minute tip for moving this forward is to look at your best performing posts. This can be in the form of a blog post, YouTube video, your top tweets, Instagram posts, and so on. Easily, your best post is performing 10 times better than your average content. How can you do more of that, right? How can you get more results out of each piece of content? By identifying what makes your best content work, you can focus more on the mileage of each piece of content rather than saying, hey, we're going to produce like 4,000 word articles instead of 2,000 word articles. Story number 3. Make your audience the hero with one sentence Agile user story. Yet another story by Andrea Frier. Interestingly, she is now publishing at Content Marketing Institute. In Agile Project Management, user stories describe the scope of each item. Andrea suggests this format as a persona, like a content marketer. I would like this piece of work, this kind of content, so I can accomplish this goal, right? You have a persona, you have the content that's desired, and you have the reason why. The same principles I use here, same principles that we have for Agile Project Management, but this is applied to marketing assets rather than the traditional conversation around Agile for software feature development. Your 5-minute tip for moving forward with this is to write a user story for your upcoming marketing project. I know you have a piece of content coming up next, maybe a newsletter item or a new post on Instagram or wherever it might be. To create a more thorough project brief, you want to use this format as a persona role. I would like this piece of content so I can accomplish the goal. This is especially relevant if you're assigning work with your teammates so they can have a better understanding of the goals that you have in mind. There you have it, folks. All right, let's do a recap of the 3 5-minute tips. Number 1, you want to audit your current marketing projects with the 6 values of Agile. Number 2, you want to look at your best performing posts and focus a little more on the outcomes so you can get far more mileage per post rather than thinking about doubling your content. And finally, you want to write a user story to define your upcoming marketing project so that you can focus on Who needs this? What has to be achieved? And who is the audience? Alright, choose one tip that you will practice today, and I invite you to pledge your commitment to me. Tweet it to me at Alan Kaeg. And see you again over here next week. See you over at northstories.io. Cheers and have a great day.